Well, you tell me, Agent Kuyan. If I told you the Loch Ness Monster hired me to hit the harbor, what would you say?
Turn state's evidence. We'll put you on the stand. We'll hear it out.
I got immunity now. What could you possibly offer me?
If there really is a Kaiser Soze, he's going to come looking for you.
Where's your head at, Kuyan? Where do you think the pressure's been coming from? Kaiser Soze or whatever you want to call him, he knows where I am now. He's got the front runner under your ass to let me go so he can scoop me up in 10 minutes later. Immunity was just to deal with you assholes. I got a whole new problem when I post bail.
So why play into his hands? We can protect you. Hey, welcome back to the Black and White Cinema Podcast with Kevin Ugie. I'm Kev.
I'm Ugie, and today we are doing a movie Deuce episode number 22. How are you, Kev?
I'm doing good, man. I got, what's 22 times 2? It's 44. That's the number of the GOAT. Lewis Hamilton got his first win with Ferrari. First win in years. My boy's over 40 years old and still hanging with the best of them.
Hell yeah.
I am not a Ferrari fan, but I'm a big Lewis Hamilton fan.
Same.
And that years ago when I started watching F1, like my friend got me into it. And I remember asking him as I was starting to watch, I was like, what teams do you like? Do you have a favorite team? And he's like, so I can't root for teams because they're just like things owned by billionaires. And I try to just root for drivers.
Yeah.
And like at the time I was like, seems a little altruistic of an answer, but then like I started watching, I was like, no, I totally agree with it.
Yeah, like that's fair. But I mean, like a lot of the drivers are pretty much on there where they're all affluent too.
Right.
Some of them are sons of billionaires.
Yeah, like there aren't a lot of Lewis Hamiltons who came up and like I'm sure his family wasn't absolutely destitute, but they poured like all of their resources into his racing career. Yeah. And there's a few other guys like that, but like it is a billionaire sport, and I mean most sports are. Lewis was the only one I knew of before I started watching F1, just because like he's out there in the zeitgeist. And then like I started watching and he just seems like such a good dude, and he's so fucking talented. Like that's what's so good about this win for Ferrari is like last year people were talking so much shit when they weren't very good and he wasn't getting results. Everyone's calling him washed, saying like, oh, you were only good because of the Mercedes. And what I kept saying to people is you don't hire Lewis Hamilton just because of his talent behind the wheel. You hire him because he can drive that car and talk to your engineer intellectually about what you need to change in the setup of that car.
Like Brad Pitt in F1.
Exactly. Like that is there have been lots of other drivers like that. I'm not saying like Lewis is unique, but like it is a gift that like not every driver has. Yeah. And so it's really cool to see that come through. And like, I'm sure someone like some hater is going to be like, you just got lucky on a safety car. Like, whatever, that's F1. They brought upgrades
safety, or lucky with a safety car.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about getting gypped for his 8th. Yeah. But yeah, so it's just really cool to see that like the upgrades worked out and put him in a position to be there to win the race, and then like safety car falls into their hands in terms of strategy. And it's so cool to see him on the top step, and you can tell how much it meant to him, how much it meant to Ferrari. Fuck Enzo Ferrari. I hope he's rotting in hell. But very happy for my boy.
Oh yeah, he's down there with the Reagans. Don't worry.
For sure.
You know that you're talking about F1. Do you know there's that guy that does F1 content where it's just like him sitting in like the IFA room and they're like talking about how everyone's cheating?
This is our new wing. You can do that? You can do that?
No.
Oh, there's this content creator. He's like one of my favorite content creators.
Oh, no, you sent me that.
Yeah. You know who he is?
No, the one you sent me, I think I kind of recognized him, but...
He does a ton of just like F1 content. He's like, I assume that he's like an engineer or just like a really good car guy, but he's super funny. Like I want to shout him out. I don't know what his name is, but I'll put a link.
We'll put it up here somewhere.
Yeah. He's so funny. Because it's like all of his content's just like all these technicalities are just like, well, we're not cheating. Like one of them is just like thing is sticking out from like under your car, then you can't see it, or I don't know. I'm never cut that out. Who cares? But like whatever.
Yeah. I'll shout out motorsport journalist Elizabeth Blackstock. She's one of my favorites. She's been on like multiple podcasts. She used to be the editor-in-chief for Planet F1. Now she's like, I think she's pretty much independent at this point. She's like written books. She has a great podcast called Deadly Passions, Terrible Joys. That's about like the gruesome history of motorsport. Just incredibly smart young lady. So shouting her out while we're talking F1. But
also shout out, you were talking about that woman that's like on the come up right now. She's like what? She's like
Dorian Pon.
Yeah. Can you talk about her a little bit?
Yeah, she's super exciting. So for those that like don't really know, there's a motorsport series called F1 Academy, which is for like young women only, and like a bunch of very talented drivers, like Leah Block, the daughter of Ken Block, who is my idol. She raced for Williams. Yeah, R.I.P. Ken Block. But Dorian Pon is a French driver. She races for Mercedes. She's been in Mercedes junior program for a long time. And she was the runner-up for F1 Academy in 2024 and was the champion in 2025. She's also a development driver for Mercedes F1. So she actually like got to test an F1 car. She was like the first woman to test a Mercedes F1 car. And I actually haven't seen the results yet, but I did see that for Le Mans this past weekend, she qualified on pole in I believe the LMP2 class. So very promising driver.
Shout out sis, friend of the podcast.
Yeah, it's really cool because she's been doing endurance racing along with like the open seater kind of formula cars for a long time, and she's done really well in previous endurance races. So I should go look up the result. I've been meaning to watch Le Mans highlights, but it's been a big soccer, NBA, NHL, and motorsport weekend, and I cannot keep up.
This is the best time of the year, honestly. It's that I know NBA just finished, but it's that golden time where like pretty much every sport is running at the same time.
Yeah.
Until NBA just ended, but it's just like, it's so good.
MLB regular season is like, there's lots of good sports on, especially with the World Cup now.
Yeah. Stars have aligned.
Yeah, we're spoiled.
Yeah, bring back the Expos, please.
I'll join this. Yeah,
we'll build a new stadium. On behalf of Montreal, we will build a new stadium. No expense will be spared, okay? You don't need multiple teams in Florida. You don't even need a single team in Florida. In fact, we don't need Florida, period.
That's true.
So I just want to just want to say that. So,
I've advocated many times for just like cutting Florida off and letting it float into the sea.
We can keep Miami and all the Cubans that live there. That part's cool.
Yeah.
The rest of it, just push the Sharks. I'm not the Sharks. Push all the Gators. The haters.
Yeah.
Get them out of there.
Get. Go on, get.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll do for the intro.
Yeah, I think that's plenty. So we talk about the usual suspects.
Yeah, exactly. I did want to talk about, there's not much of a story here, but I was introduced to this movie by my homie Teddy. Shout out you, Teddy. I was in Montreal one summer. He's like my brother's best friend. He's like my older brother, pretty much. Shout out Guy. Shout out Karen. Yeah, I love you guys.
I think Guy is probably the most Canadian name.
It's not.
I know
Haitian.
It's French.
Yeah, they're Haitian. It's Guy Robert.
Oh wow, that's a sick name.
Yeah,
actually, Kevin is lame compared to that.
Kevin's Calvin's pretty cool though, or Queeve, I guess that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. But yeah, that's how you pronounce your name, bro. Real Irish, Queeve.
All right.
I was there for the summer and my brother wasn't there, but I was hanging out at their house because neighborhood house we used to hang out with. And he was like, you need to watch this movie. Previous to this, another RIP, there's this rapper in 3-6 Mafia, Ricky Dunnigan. It's DJ Paul's brother. He's dead. Lord Infamous. One of his pseudonyms was Kaiser Soze. So listening to 3-6 a lot, there would be like, he would call himself Kaiser Soze, and sometimes they would use like clips of The Usual Suspects, but I didn't know, I'd never seen it. And then also another time we did movie trivia like junior year at Kennedy, and Miss Plickta put The Usual Suspects on as one of the answers. She was like, who is Kaiser Soze? And Kyle was like the only person in the class that got the answer right. I still hadn't, but they were both going over how it was a dope movie and I'd never seen it. So I finally got the opportunity to see it at his house. And yeah, instantly became one of my favorite movies because I'm a sucker for a movie where the bad guy wins.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get enough of it. And not the bad guy wins in like a, he's a bad person.
Yeah.
He's just a bad
Very
person.
bad.
But they do a good job so that the implication at the end of the movie isn't so terrible. It's just that, like, I won the battle of the minds. Kind of like when Light beats L in Death Note.
Tell me, Light, from the moment you were born, has there ever been a point where you've actually told the truth?
Are you familiar, right?
I was going to pretend like I was.
Okay, well...
I know what Death Note is about, but I haven't watched the anime. I did see the live action one, and I don't remember it. I don't remember it at all.
Jeez. My bad, bro. I'm so sorry for you. But
I remember it not being good.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I just really...
Seattle, though.
True.
Yeah. I just really remember that the end of watching it, like, Teddy was super pumped on, like, when Kevin Spacey was doing that final monologue, and just like that, he was gone.
Yeah.
And then you get that violin.
Yeah.
He used to always laugh about that.
That's funny that, like, that you mentioned the 3-6 Mafia thing, because when I first saw it, and he does the greatest trick the devil ever pulled
was convincing the world he didn't exist. And like that, he's gone.
I was like, oh, that's what that's from, because I was on a Moneta album, which was like a Seattle local rock band when I was in high school and college, and they had that sample was like at the end of a song, and I never knew what it was from, and then I watched it. It also made the end of Not Another Teen Movie make sense.
Yeah.
Which I had seen a bunch of times before I saw The Usual Suspects. This was also only the second time I saw this movie.
Okay, cool.
So it was really fun watching it, knowing the twist this time.
Yes, which is a very intentional part of the movie. This is a part of one of those movies that's like, you watch it the first time, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You watch it the second time, and now you get to see all the different pieces. And
I feel like if I watched it again, I would catch more stuff.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was looking for it this time, but there was stuff that, like, I'm sure there's so many little breadcrumbs.
Just like even just watching things like scenes from whenever like Verbal's talking about something.
Yeah.
Just when he's talking about things and his eyes, the way he looks at things.
Yeah.
Certain framing, like the way scenes are portrayed versus like what's real and what isn't.
Like the first shot they show of him, I know we're like hopping it. Well, I'll stop after this, but like the first shot they show of him in the office where they like do the interview, and you can see him scanning the walls.
Yeah.
And like everything on the table, and like you don't notice that at all the first time you watch it.
Yeah.
But then you watch it again.
It just seems like someone.
He's just like da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. But no, he's gathering information and plot points. But yeah, before we get into the movie,
I have a see what had happened was. And so I worked really hard on this.
Cool.
So I feel really good about it. So I'm kind of hoping you don't get it, but we'll see. This one's medium to hard. Okay. You ready?
So see what happened is our recurring segment where one of us tries to mislead the other about what movie they're describing and see if we can still guess it. So what do you got?
See what had happened was this clone gained sentience. It rebukes its creator for doing an Ugie favorite, literally crashing out, escaping. It creates a legion of clones to take over the world, fighting off its original. When all hope is lost, Deus Ex Machina saves the day and the Clone King learns empathy. While defeated, the good guys don't catch the bad guy, leaving the main good guy unable to fulfill his destiny.
I hate that you just kept saying clone, and I want to say Clone Wars, Star Wars.
My initial thought was Jurassic Park, but I know that's not right.
Is it Deus Ex Machina?
Do you want me to repeat?
I mean, are you trying to say like Ex Machina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my guess.
Okay, Clone Wars, Ex Machina, and...
It ends with the crash out.
No. Crash out's the beginning.
No, that's what I know. That's what I'm saying. Ex Machina ends with the crash out, so it can't be that.
Well, in what order?
That's a tough one.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to throw it out there. Jurassic Park.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon, the first movie.
Oh. Oh, that's good.
It's been a while since actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen Pokemon the first movie.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the best one yet.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
All right, now that we know what read it to me again.
Yeah, see what had happened was this clone gained sentience. It rebukes its creator for doing an Ugie favorite, literally crashing out, escaping. It creates a legion of clones to take over the world, fighting off its original. When all hope is lost, Deus Ex Machina saves the day and the Clone King learns empathy. While defeated, the good guys don't catch the bad guy, leaving the good guy unable to fulfill his destiny.
Man.
Catch them all.
Shoot.
I was proud of this one.
That is the bar to which we aspire for future. See What Had Happened Was. No, that was good. That was real good.
So we can move on to...
Because Ex Machina, she like breaks out at the end, and so it almost... But I didn't think you would be so explicit to put the title in the description.
You're like, Ugo could do this.
Yeah.
Doing the same movie and the one that we're reviewing.
Yeah. Exactly. Sorry if you haven't seen Ex Machina.
Sorry. Nice.
All right. Well, let's talk about Usual Suspects. Some movie data. Starting off with some movie data. So this was starring a great cast. We will put an asterisk on the first name. Kevin Spacey, Gabriel Byrne, Chaz Palminteri, Stephen Baldwin, Kevin Pollak, Benicio del Toro, and Pete Postlewaite. Tagline was 5 criminals, 1 lineup, no coincidence. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's not S tier. It's like maybe a high B, like low A, like in that like 7 or 8.
It's very similar to the Dog Soldiers.
Yeah.
6 men, 1 night, no chance. You know, like the...
It's good. It's just like, yep, this is a movie. It's not descriptive, but it's right. It's accurate.
Yeah.
It feels like you get points for accuracy.
That's true.
I think you get extra points if it's like at least intriguing in some way. And I think what gives you the final point is if there's a really good pun that ties it all together, especially if there's something that it's like a clue towards the ending or something to the plot.
Yeah, the no coincidence.
Yeah.
I feel like whatever the Big Lebowski one was so bad that it's like reset the charts a little bit.
Yeah.
And the Puff Puff
It's like we're now grading on a curve.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Release date was August 16th, 1995. Oh, premiered at Sundance the prior January. I didn't know that. R rating, runtime 106 minutes. Director was Bryan Singer, and the writer was Christopher McQuarrie.
My bad, I didn't actually put down what they did.
That's all good. Rotten Tomatoes score 87 on the tomato meter and 96 popcorn meter, and a Metascore of 77.
Agreed.
87 feels low. Like, what did the critics have to bitch about?
77 feels... I don't know what's going on over on Metascore.
Yeah, the critics on both of these... I think that they were just upset that they got duped by the story, and they didn't like it.
It's a smart movie. It's clean. It's engaging. It's fun from the start to the end. Like, I
did think that the audio wasn't great, but it was 95, so... That's like the only thing that I can think to knock it on was the audio. But...
It was
Bryan Singer did X-Men?
Nice.
I just looked it up.
Yeah. What else did he do?
I think the sequel and this other movie called Jack the Giant Slayer.
Jack the Giant Slayer?
Oh, he did Superman Returns. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay.
He did a bunch of the X-Men's.
Okay, so Christopher McQuarrie did a lot of the Mission Impossibles.
Oh, right.
He did 1, 8, 6, 5, Jack Reacher, a bunch of the Jack Reacher movies.
He's like best friends with Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Public Access. Yeah, a lot of Tom Cruise stuff, just like Tom Cruise behind the scenes stuff. So yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So this was me again, so
okay.
I'll let you guess the budget.
It's not not
95.
like a huge cast. They are now.
None of them were big at the time.
Like this was Benicio's first movie, right?
Pretty much. I don't
Because
think it was his first movie, but
first
this
the
was
thing that
Kevin
put him on
Spacey's first.
Yeah.
Like the movie, I'm pretty sure is like with Kevin Spacey at the end.
Right, yeah. 95.
And Steven is among the lower tier ball.
Right, yeah. I'll say the budget was... Now I'm thrown off by American Pie. How successful that was really broke me. I'll say the budget for this was $8 million.
Okay. It was 6.
Okay.
So it's not too bad.
I almost said 5.
That's, not too bad. How much do you think it did opening weekend?
Opening weekend, when it did its full theatrical release, I assume.
It was open up against Mortal Kombat, Dangerous Minds, A Walk in the Clouds, Something to Talk About, and Waterworld. Also notable, Babe, Apollo 13, and Clueless.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this wasn't... Well, if it had Sundance acclaim, then maybe that would generate some buzz. So for opening weekend, man, it's so hard in trying to think in 95 money. Sorry, you said it was a $6 million budget?
$6 million budget. You can just give me the grosses as well.
For opening weekend, I'll say money back. Let's say $6 million opening weekend. Domestic gross 12, global gross 15.
Okay. It made a tenth of what you said.
Oh.
$645,000. It grossed 22.6 worldwide, or in Canada, US 22.5, worldwide 34.5.
Okay, so slow start.
Yeah.
And then it blew up.
Yeah, this movie is also another one of those ones where, like you said, it was Sundance, but it was really it was word of mouth of like a lot of college. Like the whole push for this movie was like this concept of, do you know Kaiser Soze? And so it was like a line that like, you've seen this movie. This movie wasn't like particularly hyped up very well. It was kind of like if you're in the know sort of thing.
Cult classic.
So it got this. Well, it got this when it was in the theaters, but it didn't start hot.
Okay.
It picked up steam and then had quite a bit of staying power, because it was just one of those things like, you have to watch this movie. It's the twist. And this is before like, movies obviously had twist endings, but like this was one of those ones that had a real good twist. And it's like, this is one of those movies, like when the twist hits,
you want to start it over.
Exactly. It's like, it's very timeless, classic in that sense.
Yeah.
So it spread that way, word of mouth, pre-ubiquity of the internet. And this is before Windows, or this is before like AOL pretty much.
Yeah.
Like right around. AOL is like 96, 95. But yeah.
So it was like TV, Siskel and Ebert reviews and word of mouth and newspaper articles.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like you said, it was opening against some shit that was really big too. Like Waterworld was hypey as fuck.
For the most part, an unknown cast. It's like, oh, a Baldwin brother that we've never heard of.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
I'm going to go see Kevin Costner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Waterworld.
I'm going to see Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner with half a shirt and gills.
So we'll give a full synopsis now. So, a boat in San Pedro Harbor erupts in a violent explosion. The police discover 27 dead bodies and 2 survivors. A badly burned Hungarian mobster named Kovács and a small-time con man named Roger Verbal Kint. What they don't find is the $91 million in money to buy drugs, nor the drugs themselves.
Verbal is granted immunity from the DA for his cooperation and is set to post bail the next day after the explosion. A relentless customs agent, David Kuyan, has spent years trying to arrest a former dirty cop named Keaton, and he believes Verbal has the information he needs to do so. With the help of the police, he interviews Verbal and tries to piece together Keaton's involvement and location.
Verbal tells a story in flashbacks, starting when he was pulled into a police lineup 6 weeks earlier along with other career criminals Keaton, McManus, Finster, and Hockney. While being held in a cell, the 5 come up with a scheme to rob a group of dirty cops. After they pull off the heist, they all head to LA to meet with the fence, Redfoot. After another job for Redfoot goes slightly awry, the group is introduced to a lawyer named Kobayashi, who explains to them that all of them, on separate occasions, unknowingly stole from or otherwise inconvenienced an international crime lord named Kaiser Soze. He presents them with an opportunity to make amends by robbing a drug shipment on a boat, and if they don't, their families will be killed.
When Fenster tries to take his cut and flee, he's killed by Soze. The rest of the group decides to avenge him, targeting Kobayashi because they don't believe Kaiser Soze is real. But when they confront Kobayashi, they find that they cannot outsmart Soze, and he's already planned for this possibility and has someone watching Keaton's girlfriend Edie. They grudgingly let Kobayashi live and continue with planning the job.
The job is a death trap. They know that they'll be taking on at least 20 enemies, and some of them might not make it out alive. They press on, and things quickly spiral into chaos, finding that there were never any drugs, and that they were only there to thin the herd for Soze's true mission to eliminate a man who could identify him. But Hockney and McManus are killed, and Verbal loses sight of Keaton as he's shot in the back and presumably killed immediately after, all of which is inflicted by Soze himself, who blows up on the boat on his way out.
Back in the present, Agent Kuyan reveals that he believes Keaton was the orchestrator all along and used the legend of Kaiser Soze as cover. Verbal is upset over the potential betrayal by the man he believed to be a friend. When Verbal's bail is posted, he's free to leave, as Kuyan has all of the information he believes he can get to continue pursuing Keaton. But as soon as Verbal leaves the building, Kuyan begins to notice that the names and places from Verbal's story were lifted from the office where the interview occurred. Kuyan realizes along with the audience that Verbal was in fact Kaiser Soze all along. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, that when you find that out, it's just like it's I don't know if there's anybody. I feel like after watching this movie, nowadays when I watch movies, I'm trying to figure that out preemptively. I'm just like the person.
You're not gonna get me again.
Yeah, exactly. Like the person who I think it is least. I was like, it's probably this person.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it's true. It's like I figure it out and it ruins the movie, but then I start to see all this like, oh, okay, that was too heavy-handed. You said the thing. But like when this one, like I did not see it coming. And most people that I've watched it with haven't seen it coming either. It's so good.
Yeah. And it's so well paced the way it hops back and forth, which made this is the hardest synopsis I've written because you don't know how much of it is true.
Exactly.
Like Kobayashi isn't his name. Redfoot isn't his name. Like these are all names that he lifted off of the office, like papers and the cup and like all this shit. So you don't know how much of it is true. So I tried to tell it if it was linear from the point of view that they try to like give you. It's like it's really hard because the scene with Keaton is what opens the movie.
Yeah.
But it doesn't show him dying. So you can believe Kuyan when he's saying that it was Keaton setting all of this up. Like, you know.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's like Keaton may still be Kaiser Soze. It's super tough to actually, because he's an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
And the narration begins before the part of the story where he's even being interviewed.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's hard to even trust any of it to begin with.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a very interesting framing device that they do in this movie. And it's part of the reason why I love it so much. Every single time I watch this movie, I catch a few little different things. I didn't do it so much because I was pressed for time, but I really want to like look at the scenes where Kent is like himself talking or doing stuff. I mean, Finster, McManus, Keaton, and Hockney, they're all real. So like that portion's real. They're involved in any of that. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's just like, this could all be a story. It could be telling some truth, some lies. I'm not sure if there's like anything. I didn't watch any videos that are like breaking down the movie. So I don't know if there's like some intentional device where you're like, oh, you can tell this is a lie and this isn't a lie or something like that. But it's always very fun to watch this movie.
Like we also know the lawyer who is probably not named Kobayashi is real because he picks him up at the end. He could
be Kaiser Soze.
He could, or it could be Keaton.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. But the best part is that the audience is the one getting conned the whole time. Plot-wise, it's Kuyan. But like, it really is us.
Yeah.
Because they show you so much to mislead you. Even like the first thing you see of Soze is the gold watch, gold lighter in the left hand, gun that he shoots with the left hand. And so
sideways.
Yeah, there's a lot of that actually. A lot of the 90s gangster sideways gun. But yeah, it's just like, and even when you're looking for it, you're like, left hand. I see what they're doing. Because they make it so obvious that Verbal's left hand doesn't work right.
Yeah.
And like, oh, God.
Even though it does.
It does, but he makes it obvious that it doesn't.
Yeah.
And you fall for it. It's Better Call Saul. But the best con.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite scenes? Oh, I'll tell you one of my favorite scenes if I can find it. Right after the lineup, when they're outside and Keaton's talking to Edie and the other guys are across the street. They're like by like a magazine stand or something.
Yeah, like a bodega or something.
And they're all just kind of making eyes over at Keaton like, hey, come on, we got this plan. And he's like, oh, no. There's
luring him away from the straight and narrow.
Yeah, there's there's a magazine called like Advocate, and Rudy Giuliani's on it. just Rudy Giuliani with hair.
Nice.
And it's when 95. Everyone still respected him.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and I just thought that was neat.
What a different time.
I just think they're neat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously at the very beginning of the movie when they're in the lineup and they're just like, say the line, is like, give me the keys, you fucking cocksucker motherfucker!
Give me the fucking keys, you fucking cocksucker motherfucker!
Knock it off, get back.
Yeah. Yeah, the Stephen Baldwin has that it must be hereditary, that unhinged psycho shit that every Baldwin can do. That like only comes from untouchable wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. McManus is. I thought that was great casting. You know, like I rarely know which Baldwin I'm looking at unless it's Alec. Yeah. But like,
I thought it was Billy this entire time.
I know. I looked it up. I was like, "There's a Stephen Baldwin." But yeah, he played it. He played it so well. I love the while I'm talking about McManus, random Confederate hat for some reason. Don't know what that was all about. And the line that I don't want to finish.
Well, there's no black people in their crew.
That's true.
There's no black people in this fucking movie. No. There's one black person in this movie.
Is there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's like Hispanic, sort of.
Oh, Giancarlo. Yeah. The goat.
Giancarlo Esposito's in this movie?
Yeah. He has a pretty small role, but he's very young. It's great.
Yeah.
But when McManus is like counting how many guys he's gonna have to snipe on the rooftop, and I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get clipped, but he used the F word that isn't fuck. He says Oswald was a F, referring to Lee Harvey Oswald.
Donald had a farm.
So good.
I love that. I say that to myself sometimes too. And on that farm, he shot some guy. I'll like do that when I'm sniping in Call of Duty.
Nice. Yeah. Alec Baldwin appreciation. Stephen. Fuck.
Yeah. Who cares? They're not important.
Yeah.
I like the cursing because they say like a lot of like 90s curses that we don't. I feel like it's a very New York thing to call somebody a cocksucker. Like, they say cocksucker quite a bit in this movie.
It's like, now is that even an insult? Yeah, suck some cock. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. I like that when they're introducing Verbal and he was talking to Hockney and he's just like, Verbal, and he's like, yeah, people say that I talk too much, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna tell you to shut the fuck up. I remember one time I was like with a group of people that I didn't know that well, and somebody said something to the effect of like, yeah, some of my friends tell me I talk too much, and I was like, yeah, I was just gonna tell you to shut the fuck up. And they didn't get the reference. They didn't get it and just thought that I was telling them to shut up, and then they didn't talk to me anymore. I know those are the sort of interactions I live for. Awkward interactions.
We know
in real life. It's so good when something's just super awkward and you're sitting in it. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I've had a lot of those, especially induced by me making references to things that people haven't seen.
Yeah.
One time, I don't even remember what the question was, but I had just become a manager at work for the first time, like a month. Maybe this was the first month that I was a manager. And someone like on Slack asked something about policy about something. And I quoted The Office where Dwight sets up all of the different levels of like reprimand and then like written whatever. And this person was a non-English speaker, and she thought that I was serious. And she like freaked out, was like asking other people on the team like what I was talking about and like where the policy was documented and everything. And I didn't find out for like hours later until someone was like,
"You're white."
By the way,
believed you.
Kathy took that seriously. I was like,
"Aw." Also, that time you were just like, "Slaves cook that chicken."
Yeah. So Verbal. I already did McManus appreciation, but I want to do a brief Hockney appreciation.
Yeah.
First, the Porsche jacket that he's wearing in the lineup. I've been searching eBay all day today trying to find that jacket because it's so sick. We'll put a picture here.
I also really like Kevin Pollak.
Yeah, totally. He's in that movie Hostage that I was talking about a few episodes ago with Bruce Willis, and he plays it so well. He also had my favorite line of this movie, which when they asked him, like, what are you going to do if you go back to jail? And he says, fuck your father and then eat a snack.
Yeah.
So good.
It's delivered so well.
So I don't know. Fuck your father and then have a snack?
I forgot who got punched. And I was like, that's a more punchable line than what Keaton says something. He's just like, you guys messed up. It's not even me. And then they punch him. And like, what?
That reminded me. I wonder if that inspired the interrogation scenes from Four Brothers when they're all getting interrogated and beat up and they won't talk and they're fucking with the cops the whole time. It felt very similar to that. Like when I watched it this time, like that's just. I don't know if they meant to take inspiration from Usual Suspects, but they did by accident if they didn't mean to. Because like even the overhead lighting and like the cops circling them whose faces you can't see, it was very similar.
I looked up what the Hungarian says.
Oh, really?
He's freaking out at first when he's like, Kaiser, Soze.
Yeah.
So he says like, why are you just standing there, you idiot? I'm not speaking English, am I? He's the devil. You've never seen anyone like Kaiser Soze in your miserable life, you idiot. The devil.
Nice. That's cool.
I'm surprised I never wondered what he said before.
Yeah. It never even occurred to me to Google it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I also thought, since we were talking about Keaton, I just kind of wrote this note. I was like, I've watched this movie quite a bit, and I forgot how fucked up this Keaton character actually would be. He was a dirty cop that was like murdering all sorts of witnesses.
Yeah.
And then he like faked his own death just long enough to kill 2 more witnesses and then come back after they blame somebody else and that person's in jail. And it's like, it's funny because like Keaton's sort of the main guy you're sort of rooting for.
He doesn't seem like a monster. Like I don't know if it's the performance that doesn't match the reputation or what it is. Or
it could just be this watch through, because this is like me, again, like when we watch this movie analytically, my new perspective is that all this stuff was actually Kaiser Soze, like machinations, pulling strings.
All the stuff
and
that
he wasn't
Kulion
actually
thinks
doing
Keaton
it.
Did.
Yes. And maybe he did something that like got him under his thumb.
Right.
And yes, it's you're right. The way that you put it was actually perfect. It's like the character that we see doesn't match all of this. Everyone seems to just be like, everyone is like, oh, this is fucking Dean Keaton.
Yeah.
He's fucking this guy, but I guess he's gone straight.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even want to shoot. He doesn't even want to shoot the one dude.
Yeah. I wonder, it could be like legitimate reform, not like the prison saved him from being a bad guy.
Or just like a girl, but like...
Right, but like he was a dirty cop. He did some bad shit, some like really bad shit. And then when the dust settled, he's like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, let's try to have a real life with this woman that I've fallen in love with. And I can just be a restaurateur and leave that behind me. Like, I could also see that being the case with how he played the character, because this was a guy that was clearly a talented criminal and was fine killing people at the end of the movie when he had to. So like there was no hesitation that would make you think that he hasn't killed people before.
Yeah.
And he was fine with the crime. He's fine with profiting. And
that's true.
It really wasn't until he, like in the beginning, after the lineup, when it kind of ruined his deal with the French investors, that he's like, this world isn't going to let me be clean. You see, like he even says something to that effect to Edie. He's like, what? Why did I think
a little bit harder?
For sure, right? Like
just like his first roadblock.
Yeah,
everything sucks.
Yeah, this card's stacked against me. Yeah. I'm just going to go back to. Boy, I love killing.
Yeah, exactly.
Here I go killing again.
Like, bro, you have like 8 bodies under you that we know of.
Yeah,
like,
right. That the cops know of and can't prove.
Yeah, and Agent Kuyon's perfectly. Yeah, you shouldn't get to. Just, you faked your own death, killed 2 witnesses, and came back, and you're just gonna open a restaurant, and you're just like, they won't let me.
Yeah, they won't let me live. Yeah, just want Pollos Hermanos to get off the ground.
I just want to get with my hot district attorney wife and open up buildings so we can get another condo on the Upper East Side. Why won't they let me live?
Right. So unfair.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned the condo, just one of the scene where Verbal shows up to try to like talk him into joining them. Yeah. After he punches him, and you see Verbal kind of like stumble and like sit down as they're talking to each other. The camera is just slowly zooming the whole time as it like, Keaton's standing off behind him, feeling bad about punching him. And then like they're talking, and eventually as Verbal starts getting to Keaton And as the camera continues to push in, he comes and sits next to him, and it finally like zooms in on the two of them together. I just thought that was super cool. Verbal in this like inferior kind of submissive position, sitting on the ground, having just been punched, but continuing to manipulate. While Keaton thinks he's in control and he's making this decision, and then it like literally brings him down to his level. That you just made me think of that with the condos. Super cool.
A great bit of like storytelling through just camera work.
Yeah. And like you don't notice it if you don't know about the twist either. Yeah. Because like you're watching everything that Verbal does when you watch this movie a second time. And so that's why I was paying so much attention. I'm like, oh, this is a cool zoom. Because it's so slow you don't really notice it until you realize that you're zoomed in on the two of them sitting together.
Yeah.
A couple of other like cool shots that kind of popped for me. One that was just amusing, not so much like, oh, wow, cool directing, but just the way that, like, when Kuyan learns who Kaiser Soze is and comes, like, storming into the office, who's Kaiser Soze? Fuck! And just a quick cut away from that. Like, so good.
I like the shot that they have when they're telling the story of Kaiser Soze, and they have that, like, long-haired guy that's just kind of like walking through.
It's such a good way to throw you off the trail.
Yeah.
Because they show him with the long hair, and then again when he's telling about Keaton getting shot, they show a different actor who looked familiar. Yeah. I didn't look up who it was.
With the silhouette and just like shorter hair, but like still sort of long.
Yeah.
Like,
Other cool shot was when they start burying Fenster in the cave, and it's like zooming out, looking out the mouth of the cave, and then it transitions into his coffee cup. That was super cool. There's also when McManus is about to shoot Kobayashi, and he says something about Edie, and Keaton moves in between them, and Hockney is in the background, and you can see all four of them in a row, but not verbal, because his reaction doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like it's cool to see just that shot was staged well with the four of them kind of draped back behind each other.
I really like that Kobayashi is just like, before you do me in.
Yeah. Let me finish my business with Miss Fernster.
What if they just shot him?
I know. If they did, then like I'm sure Kaiser has a backup plan for that. He's got a hold of Edie. He'll do something else, whatever he needs to do. And then in that same scene when they do the Edie reveal upstairs, and it shows you're looking through the glass at Kobayashi, and he moves into frame just so that his silhouette makes Keaton reflect through the glass.
Yeah.
That must have taken so long to get that shot right and get the perfect angle, put the marks down, have him turn at just the right angle. So, because like his shoulder, if he turned more, you would have lost Keaton's face.
Yeah.
That was like, I think there were a bunch of cool shots. That one like really blew my mind when I was watching it, just thinking about the complexity of getting that done.
My other thing with that scene is just kind of like, what if she looked up?
I know. I thought the same thing when Verbal's like manipulating him at like her office or something, and there's that shot of him like looking down through the door, like deciding whether or not to talk to her. It was his last chance to speak with her, you know?
Yeah. That one, at least, if he he can still leave. Like, she can't do anything.
She just looks up. He'd be like,
yeah, but like if she looks up at them there, it's like, what are you guys doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Who are
these
they?
Criminals?
Why do you have a gun? Yeah. Although it seems like she kind of knows that he's a criminal. I'm sure she wouldn't be thrilled to find out that he was back committing crimes, but yeah, I thought the same thing. Is like, you're just standing there watching her. Like, if I was in a glass conference room and you'd get that feeling, like,
you see
out of the corner of your eye, you'd be like, why are these guys?
Especially if it's someone that you know. Yeah, because like the silhouette of someone that you know, like it's like alarm bells in your brain.
Yeah,
like I can feel it.
Yeah. Agreed.
I wanted to go back a little bit. I really liked how the movie established the characters from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, I just love when they're rolling up on Finster. He's like walking down the street. Yeah. He's like,
go the other way.
With not McManus.
Hockney.
With Hockney, yeah. I can never remember his name. With Hockney, where he goes to like grab the face.
Yeah, the rag. I also noticed, I don't know, it could have been that they ended up having to like flip the shot for some reason, but he's like working on a car and it shows him like with a screwdriver working on a mirror, and he's loosening the whole time, and then just stops and like adjusts it, and that just really bothered me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, then make him take it off if he's going to loosen it. Like, what the?
Yeah.
It just, I don't know why that bugged me so much, but it did.
It's not accurate. They would fix that sort of thing in today.
Yeah.
Like, no one's paying attention to that.
Maybe he was tightening it, and then they had to like flip mirror the shot for some reason. But
it probably looked better pushed into one angle.
Yeah, but then he reaches for the reg. Also, like, what reg is under the car that you're willing to wipe sweat with as a mechanic? That bugged me.
That like makes perfect sense to me, who knows nothing. Like,
I was like, if there's a reg sitting under the car, I just cleaned something up with it.
He was under the car working, so he was like down.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he got called out, so he rolled out of his little back wheel thingy.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
Sure.
I wouldn't put my rag on the ground, honestly, if I'm working on.
Yeah, like first of all, if I grab a rag in the shop, I'm cleaning something up that I spilled, but maybe I'm just not sweating hard enough in the shop. So
you got soft hands.
Yeah, and in the words of the indomitable Tracy Morgan, all you do is count money and touch women. That's why you got soft hands.
Sounds like a good life.
He's like, my hands are soft. All I do is touch my wife and count money.
Yeah.
The opening and even like the introduction of Keaton, you get to see that like he's a criminal, but he's trying to go legit. He's got higher aspirations. He's more of a kingpin than the other guys, and then Verbal gets such an unceremonious intro. Like, yeah, he's just a small time con man.
Yeah,
he ain't shit, but he's here.
They call him the cripple.
The cripple, yeah.
Yeah, but she's not crippled.
I know. He's not at all, but. It goes into the con of like if you show people, they will believe.
Yeah, even the names that they give him aren't accurate.
Yeah,
like, his name's Verbal. He doesn't talk a lot. He's a cripple, but he's not crippled.
Yeah,
a lot of misdirection in this.
Totally,
which is obviously intentional.
So when they're done with the lineup and everything, he says that like everything that happened is the cop's fault for putting us in a room together, but like he's actually the one that made sure that they got in that room together. That's how it all started, the five of us being dragged in on a trumped-up charge.
Mm-hmm. Louis Lombardi is the driver at New York's Finest.
Yeah, he looked familiar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he was in Entourage as well. Maybe, I don't think, not one of the main guys. He's like one of those Italian actors that just kind of plays an Italian in like things. But he was in The Sopranos. I'm not sure if you watched The Sopranos.
No, we talked about this last week. I unfortunately have never seen this. What was his name?
Louis Lombardi.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Because that's not something I clocked before. I was just like, oh, he's in this? Because I didn't know what his name was before this. I was just like, oh, that's definitely the guy.
Oh, he was in The Hot Chick and The Animal.
Yes, he was in The Animal.
I think that's probably what I'm recognizing him from. Yeah, I haven't seen The Sopranos, but I've seen all of Rob Schneider's filmography.
Yeah, which is sad.
I'm not saying that I'm a highbrow movie fan, but I'm here.
Yeah. I'm Kevin.
I'm Kev.
And who are you?
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black and black, and I'm back, y'all. I'm bliggly black, the black, the black of the black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back to business.
Who's not black? Most
Everyone
of this cast.
Yeah. Everyone here. Yeah, the Redfoot thing I had an issue with because it's strange.
Peter Green, friend of the pod.
Yeah, love Peter Green.
R.I.P.
Also have
actually dead actor.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. That you know of.
It's true, yeah.
Don't believe the media.
Maybe in Mexico.
Don't believe.
Getting all kind of burritos shoved in.
Exactly. So, one, I did not like that Peter Green did not get an unceremonious death in this movie. Maybe I'm foreshadowing what my better off dead is.
Yeah.
But it's strange that they're like, okay, we're going to mess up this cocaine deal at the end, and we get to keep any money in drugs, and that's fine. They'll find a fence. But then earlier in the movie, when they go have to steal from, what was it, Saul or whatever? Yeah. There's like, they killed him and there's drugs, and they're like, and he's like, what am I going to do with this? Yeah. And they're like, oh, it's drugs. I was just like, there's like 10 keys in there.
Maybe it's worth it for $91 million in drugs.
But yeah, but I mean like 10 keys.
Yeah.
And you're in California, so it's not cut like up in, just sell it.
Sure.
There's like, you guys did like an afternoon's work. That's going to probably, if there's 10 keys in there, it's I don't know. It depends. I don't know what the prices are, but I'm just going to say
25.
25K per key. Well, it is 95. So let's say 15K per key. You might have to get a fence for that. So assuming that they take off 10%, you're looking at 1350 or 13.5 per key. That's 135,000 divided by 5 guys. That's like a good 30K work for an afternoon. That's not
That
terrible.
seems worth it. That seems worth killing 3 criminals.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
I don't think. Maybe a 95 with inflation. I'm trying to think like how much it would take for me to kill some criminals. Depends on the crime, I guess.
Yeah.
Some of y'all I do it for free.
Geez, murder. I don't know if I really want to take any amount of money. I am a firm believer that everybody will do something. There's a price, and you're either willing to pay a price or not, but everything's negotiable. So I think there's a price for everything. Kinda.
That's the thing. I know there's a price.
So
I'll do anything for the right price. Sponsors, hit us up. We'll do anything. You want that? All my links to get spicy? We'll do it.
I synced it.
Yep.
You want to do a donut shop? Extra glaze.
Extra glazed.
Sprinkles. That's just a joke for me.
Yeah, that was just for us. If you want to know what a donut shop is, subscribe to Patreon.
Exactly.
You'll learn. Also, since you mentioned the New York's finest, the taxi service guys, they just got 52 dirty cops busted on like a RICO charge.
Yeah.
And they just brush right past that. But that's awesome.
Great.
We should do more of that.
Yeah.
Like more
That should
dirty
just
cops.
be their job, honestly.
Yeah.
Just bust dirty cops, and then you don't have to worry about them being all up in your ass.
Exactly. They're just going to appreciate it.
And then they can just fake their own deaths. They just kind of gloss over. You can't just fake your like, there's more to that.
I know.
Well, you don't do that all the time.
And he just popped back up.
He's just
and
like, he's alive again.
Yeah.
He just has, I never said I was dead.
Yeah, you assume I didn't. I never said I didn't. You assume I didn't. Just trying to tell who's full of shit. Other things I noted about the long con against the audience, when they show Verbal try to light a cigarette with his, and he like can't operate the lighter because of his left hand.
Yeah.
Despite like that's the first thing they show Kaiser do is like light up the cigarette.
Yeah. I noted that too when I was watching it. I was like, oh, he's just making Kuyan his bitch right now, and it's hilarious.
And when he's talking about Keaton, he says, a man can't change what he is. He can convince anyone he's somebody else, but never himself, as he's convincing all of us that he's somebody else.
Yeah. The other thing that when they robbed Saul, they're like, first of all,
McManus with the double shot. That was so sick.
Yes, very sick. But then I'm just like, you guys just drive out of there with blood all over.
I know. I thought the same thing. Like, you're just going to drive out of there like that. Not even a wipe down, nothing.
They're dead right now.
Yeah.
Just wipe it down real quick and
who's coming? Good. Yeah. Like we were talking about how some of Kent's story is for Kuyan. Some of it feels like it's for us. Some of it you don't know. Do you think the wife and kids story was real? Like Kaiser's wife and kids and all that? You think that's just part of the legend?
I think it's part of the legend.
Yeah, because he doesn't seem to be from Turkey
But Kobayashi does. So it could be someone else's story that is adapted. I think.
Or he just, like, I think, I took it as him trying to feed the legend.
Yeah.
Because part of what makes Kaiser Soze so effective is that, like, he's a spook tale for the other criminals to tell their kids, you know, and so he probably, that could be someone else's story, or he just made it up, and the thing is, it's upsetting though.
It's fun too because it's like he truly is working with the Romanians,
the Hungarians,
and like doing deals with Argentinians or something. There's something there, so it's just like it's just plausible enough.
Yeah,
which was a movie.
That's the part. At first, I wanted to write it off as like just more spin, more bullshit.
Yeah,
but like the fact that it was an explanation for how the Hungarian mob got set back and like why he would have beef and want to kill more of them.
Yeah,
that's what like made me want to believe it. But like you literally can't believe anything you see in this whole movie unless it is in that office in front of your face. So I was just curious what you thought.
Yeah,
and then similar, I had another one. Sorry, did you want to?
No, go ahead.
So I had another one that I wasn't sure about, which was when Kuyan starts laying out that he believes Keaton orchestrated everything and that Keaton was either Kaiser Soze or is using the legend of Kaiser Soze to manipulate everybody, do you think that Kent lucked into Kuyan having that theory, or did he design this in a way that he could use Keaton as a scapegoat and it just worked on Kuyan?
I think it's intended to be the second, although I do still like that there's a potential that he is Kaiser Soze and his
sure, but like the
death got faked because did they find his body?
No.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with Kent is like, I don't think that he would know that Kuyan was going to show up. Like he did all of this stuff and worked out the deal with the DA and he was about to get released.
You don't know that.
True.
He's super connected and
I guess he would know everything about Keaton. He would know that he has
and he would know that he has a tail
that's a hard on for him.
Exactly.
And is determined. Yeah, so I guess it could be either way. It literally didn't even occur to me until you said it that like Keaton could still be Kaiser Soze and like orchestrated everything, and
they're all and that's why it's so good. Like when an unreliable narrator like a Holden Caulfield is done like well, because it's like a gift that keeps on giving. Because like you can watch this movie and then just I can watch it and two other people can watch it and like we can come up with our own theories for like what actually happened and
they both could be true. Right. Yeah.
And like that's one of the fun things about this movie. It's just like it could be I think I'm more partial to believe it's potentially Kobayashi, the guy that's playing Kobayashi. That's actually because like he actually looks like he's Hungarian and old enough that like parts of the story.
He's British though.
Is he?
Yeah,
well, just from the way he's talking.
Redfoot refers to him as some limey. Yeah.
But I mean, like, if you're from some of those places, sometimes if you're, like,
I guess, some idiot from California wouldn't know an accent.
Well, I just mean, like, my aunts and uncles speak with, like, a British accent because they went to, like, English schools. So they talk that way.
Yeah.
Just because you're from, like, if you were to learn English and Hungarian's your first language, more likely you're going to learn English, not American.
Yeah. That didn't even occur to me. I just thought that was Pete Postlewaite's like weird Liverpudlian accent.
Yeah.
Which was still, whatever it was less thick than Gabriel Byrne trying to hide his Irish accent that you could hear in almost every scene.
Yeah. Like, doesn't sound super New Yorker, but it's really funny.
There's like
decent enough
full sentences that I'm like, come on, dude, you didn't even try on that
one. New Yorkers, right?
Yeah. It's just like it's so obvious sometimes.
Shout out Irish people.
Yeah. I met a friend of a friend this past weekend who is from Southern Ireland, and I like said something about Northern Ireland, and she made a face, and I was like, that was weird. And my friend's like, she doesn't like Northern Ireland. I was like, oh, you're from the South? And she's like, yeah, fuck the loyalists. I didn't want to be rude, but fuck the fucking loyalists. She just goes off.
Hell yeah.
Like, she gets it.
Yeah.
Shout out Cora. I'm sure you're not watching.
Friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast. True friend.
You clip this and send it to her.
Yeah, I will. Because she was right. I'll also send her the short where we took aim at MAGA Irish Americans.
Talking about you, Callum.
Yeah, and while we're talking about accents, I want to shout out Benicio del Toro for whatever the fuck he was doing. Because the way he talks is so weird.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's so good.
But what was the other thing? He's just like, the guy he did a job for Kaiser. They said he got paid 5 times the amount. Yeah.
And he said he always made 5 times more money than the job was worth.
Yes, that's pretty good.
Yeah, he's like asking questions.
Yeah, I have no idea what he was going for, but I loved it the whole time.
You're gonna really love my recast of Past.
Great.
We're basically just pretty much getting to the climax, and it's just a slow reveal of nothing. I mean, the whole movie is nothing is what it seems.
Right.
For them to be in the end, where it's just like
Hockney?
Yeah. When Hockney opens the door to the van and sees the cash and then gets shot, that's the part that always gets me in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about McManus. I don't really give a shit about Pfister's funny. Honestly, I could deal without Keaton. Keaton can, he's annoying. But it's just like, Hockney's cool.
I know.
It's just like, Like his
I do like that
like,
as he turns around, the light dawns.
Yeah.
It literally dawns on him who Soze is.
Yeah.
You know, the only death in this movie that really bothered me was the dog. When McManus is clearing the boat, he like pets this dog. He's like, "Hi, buddy," and then like keeps going about his business.
Oh,
and I
yeah,
just keep
that's
thinking,
assumed.
like, when he blows up the ship, I guess the whole ship doesn't blow up. But I took it. I saw this dog in the middle of this gunfight, looking stressed out, and I was like, "Does he blow up the fucking dog?"
Is that a JoJo reference?
Why is there a JoJo reference every week?
Or Danny.
Yeah.
紹介するよ。ダニーってんだ。僕の愛犬でね。心配ないよ。決して人は噛まないから。
Justice for Danny.
Justice for Danny.
Justice for unnamed Hungarian hound.
Yeah, exactly.
Justice for Iggy.
He's still alive! Iggy!
No, there's a man. All right, that's my. I just lost my dog. Yeah, my brother taught me how to chase the bag. Get right in the field. I had a game. Man, the day I lost my friend, wish I could get it back. I just want to get down and get one more bag with my brother.
I have no idea what you're doing right now.
My dog. Yeah, my brother taught me how to chase the bag. Get right in the field, I had to make a bag.
That's like Roddy Ricch or something.
Oh, okay.
But there's this guy that does.
That's the only thing I know.
Guy. But there's this one dude on the internet that does like a what is it called, a yacht rock version of this. It's so good.
I actually, when you first started, I thought it was Trapped in the Closet because of how you're delivering it. It sounded exactly like anything out of Trapped in the Closet.
7 o'clock in the morning, the rays from the sun light me up, stretching and yawning in a bed that don't belong to me. And a voice yells, "Good morning, darling," from the bedroom. And she bends down and kisses me, and to my surprise, she ain't you. Now I got this dumb look on my face, like, what have I done?
Speaking of having a dumb look on your face, Kuyan has a dumb look on his face.
Oh man, I can sing like the first 5 chapters of Trapped
I
in the
know you
Closet.
can. So I guess let's cover the finale because it deserves being covered. First of all, I love the Kuyan waits to tell him that he posted bail 20 minutes ago, like until he's sure he's gotten all the information he thinks he needs. I also love that Kuyan starts the interview with, "I'm smarter than you. I'm going to find out what I want to know."
Yeah.
You're not smarter than him. He does find out what he wants, kind of. But not really, because he doesn't get Keaton. All he wants is Keaton, and he doesn't get what he wants. And then Verbal leaving and getting his stuff, a watch, a gold watch, a cigarette lighter, no shoelaces, but the watch and the cigarette lighter that you see on Kaiser in the beginning.
I like this is like, even before it gets there, because it has the whole breakdown where he's like kind of forcing it, and he's like, "You didn't really see him die, did you?" And he's just kind of like the sort of guy that can have all these people killed. The sort of guy, he like builds up, and he's like the sort of man that could have Edie Finnerman killed, and like that's like, and this one woman.
Yeah.
Like,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I always thought that it was funny. It's just like, yes, 500 people, mastermind, international drug lord,
and a woman,
and the white woman.
No, not the white woman. And then right as Verbal leaves, they're sitting around being cops, laughing at bad jokes, and
he's just like,
he says, "You're a slob," and he's like, "As a system, you got to stand back and look at it all."
Yeah.
And he does, and he realizes that he just got taken through the ringer all day.
Yeah.
And that's when we see the cripple shuffle turn into a perfectly normal gait, and you realize we were all conned.
Yeah.
The whole time. And he gets down in the car with Kobayashi or whoever it is, and disappears right in time for Kuyan to see nothing.
Can we go and do inside the Ugie studio?
Yeah, let me.
So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a scene here. It's Kent talking to Agent Kuyan, and it's right before what we're talking about right now, where he's kind of pushing him and says, "Hey, you posted bail already. Like, they want you out of here." And Agent Kuyan's trying to tell Verbal that they can protect him if he just gives him the information that he wants to know. So
I'm Kuyan?
You'll be Kuyan, and I'll be I'll be verbal.
I'll try to be as New York as I possibly can, and I will fail.
What was he doing?
It's the left hand, and it's these 3 fingers like that. There you go.
Well, you tell me, Agent Kuyan. If I told you the Loch Ness Monster hired me to hit the harbor, what would you say?
Turn state's evidence. We'll put you on the stand. We'll hear it out.
I got immunity now. What could you possibly offer me?
If there really is a Kaiser Soze, he's going to come looking for you.
Where's your head at, Kuyan? Where do you think the pressure's been coming from? Kaiser Soze or whatever you want to call him, he knows where I am now. He's got the front runner under your ass to let me go so he can scoop me up in 10 minutes later. Immunity was just a deal with you assholes. I got a whole new problem when I post bail.
So why play into his hands? We can protect you.
Oh, gee, thanks. You're doing a bang-up job so far. Extortion, coercion. You'll pardon me if I ask you to kiss my pucker. You're the same fuckers that rounded us up and sank us into this mess. Now you're bailing me out? Fuck you. You think you can catch Kaiser Soze? You think a guy like this comes this close to being caught and sticks his head out? If he comes up for anything, it'll be get rid of me. And after that, my guess is that you'll never hear from him again. Hooray.
I started a fast clap and I had to turn it slow to get anyone to fucking join in.
Yeah. I mean, I did clap for myself. I don't know. You don't need a clap.
I don't know how else to end that.
We just let it
ride. Yeah. Yeah. Throw in applause.
Yeah.
Laugh track. Thunder. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
I want like a woman in the crowd crying.
Yeah.
Say what you will against him. I'm a person who does believe in separating the art from the artist. I'm not sure if there's exceptions to it. There's exceptions to everything. But Kevin Spacey is terrific in this movie.
He, like, for most of my life, before we learned who he was, like, I would tell people Kevin Spacey is my favorite actor.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
He did incredible work in a lot of things, including this.
Like Verbal Kint, one of his best roles was convincing us that he might not have been a piece of shit.
Yeah, right. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing us that he wasn't a predator.
He was gone to jail.
Yeah.
Well, for a while, but then, he's rich.
Didn't he like flee to Israel or something?
That's weird. Israel is usually on the right side of things.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what's the symbology there.
Yeah. So
this is where we talk about themes, tropes, and symbols from the movie.
A rumor's not a rumor that doesn't die. I'm not sure what the fuck that means, but it
feels like the theme.
Yeah. Because, I guess we can break it down now. That's something that Verbal says. And I guess, right?
It's
truth if
a rumor's not a rumor that doesn't die.
Because it's only a rumor if it stays a rumor, but if the rumor dies, is it truth or?
I think I understand it less than when we started talking.
If you keep a rumor going, I guess it's like about mythos. It's like the Japanese fable or not fable, but the saying is like everyone dies 2 deaths. You die when you die, and you die when no one remembers you anymore.
Says your name, yeah.
Yeah, so like, I guess in that sense, it's like as long as people are still talking about the story, then the story is still alive.
Yeah, true.
And so I think that goes into the story of Kaiser Soze. Mm-hmm. As long as people still have this like mythos about him, then it still has the power. Yeah. Which is like one of the main themes. There's a lot of themes that all kind of wrap in, but like there's like identity versus myth in this movie. And like there's a lot of like, there's the myth. All of these characters are kind of mythologized to some degree. Like everyone has this like, oh, this is Keaton. Keaton, we don't even get to really get his myth, but everyone knows about him. They have this sort of respect and fear for him. Like Ruby, this guy in Attica or whatever. Yeah. And it's just like, I'll tell Ruby, and it's almost literally just like you better watch out or I'll tell your parents in Kaiser Soze. Yeah. And so like the idea that like
Black Peter.
Yeah, exactly. people can like have this identity and power. Even like
the myth becomes more powerful than the man it was based on.
My favorite thing from Game of Thrones is the television show is the conversation between Varys and Tyrion. Where does power lie? And people, it lies where people believe that it is.
Yeah,
power is in the hearts and minds of what the people believe, and the common parlance of people is myth and stories, and all talk and communicate. So
I mean, arguably that's the reason this podcast exists, is like the mythology created by movies and how that becomes a part of our lives and the lives of everyone else.
And we keep them alive here.
Yeah, exactly.
A full circle moment.
Even though I'm sure some people wish that they never heard Kevin Spacey's name again, and here we are bringing it back.
There's a lot of people that wish they'd never hear Kevin Haynes or Ugo.
That's true. Again, ladies, I know I was the problem.
Yeah. I'll take you to the donut shop. I'll let you lick what I got.
Oh, God. Oh, God, take us out.
Yeah, the power of fear.
Sure.
Just like
I'm afraid of people ever figuring out what you were just talking about.
And manipulation.
And Dan is afraid of your dad showing up.
No, I don't think I don't think he has any fear of that happening. But yeah,
back to last week. Sorry.
It all fits in together, just like fear, manipulation, myth. This all one giant.
Reality is what you believe.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's done to great, because even us here talking about a movie years later, we don't know what happens, and it's intentional, and it's great because
no matter how many times you see it, you don't get a true resolution to the mystery of it.
Yeah, there's lots of tropes. You got the whodunit. We kind of know who done it, but
but who is the who that done it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The unreliable narrator. We talked about that. No running and no snitching. People who run get killed. People who snitch get killed.
Yep. People who don't run or snitch get killed. It turns out.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Edie.
Yeah. R.I.P.
for doing nothing.
Yeah. The iconic lineup, just like a lineup, the criminal lineup. But yeah, the usual suspects, like movie poster. It's very cool.
Yeah, and many of these guys went on to become icons if they weren't becoming one already.
Yeah. The boogeyman villain, just like the person larger than life, John Wick sort of identity. Like the way they talk about Kaiser Soze is kind of how people talk about John Wick.
Yeah.
Heist gone wrong, and then the mastermind versus genius detective.
Yeah, and, which is one of my favorite tropes.
Yeah, I like it when the mastermind wins sometimes. Yeah. That's one of my least favorite parts about Heat, because it's like De Niro versus Pacino, and it's just kind of like, I think every now and then you just kind of need a movie where the bad guys win.
Yeah.
And in America, the good guy has to win.
One of my favorite mastermind versus genius detectives is The Inside Man.
Yeah.
With Denzel.
Yeah, that's a great movie. But also Death Note. Death Note's another one. I have the manga. I'll let you borrow it.
Okay, that'd be fun. I haven't read manga in a while.
Yeah. Shout out Andy. He got that for me for my birthday, and it was one of the best gifts.
Shout out Andy indeed. Good dude.
Symbols, I put the gun, just guns, just like power, life and death. It goes along with like a lot of the power things. The coffee mug, just the reveal. The bulletin board, just like the distinction between fabrication and reality.
Yeah.
Which is,
and just like the visual jumbled mess that like is kind of how the story all plays out.
It is a narrative jumbled mess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't really tell where one thing starts or one thing ends.
Yeah.
And yeah,
there's no way that guy's a good cop if that is his office, by the way.
Fire and smoke, just like danger and illusion. And where one is, there's usually the other. We got shadows and silhouettes. The silhouette shooting in this is really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I really love the shots where Kent is, he's behind. That's a really fun part about that, because it's like one thing that I hadn't noticed before, right? Because he doesn't have a gun, but when he goes and kills Pollock,
Hockney?
God damn it. Yes. He goes and kills Hockney, and then he has Hockney's gun, because remember he was shooting he had a machine gun, and Kent didn't have one at first, and he kills them. You don't know that, but then later in the next scene, you see Verbal with a machine gun. I'm not sure if I'm making that up weird, but I'm pretty sure that's what happens. Like he goes and kills him. He like puts the gun down so
I'm
he
gonna
can
have to go watch it
open
again
the money.
now. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he has a machine gun and it's like, where did you get that from?
I'll have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I thought he had one when he was staging with Keaton before Keaton told him to.
Why would he have one? He can't even shoot.
That's true.
Because this whole thing is like, what
just prop it up?
What if I miss?
Yeah.
It's just like, how do you shoot the devil in the back?
Yeah. What if I miss?
What if I miss? And then just the limp.
Yeah. And then just the limp.
I remember one time, it was that same summer that I watched this. I think it was actually, this is funny that this is a connector because they're completely separate things. At this time, I did something to like throw out my neck.
Same.
When I was watching this movie with Teddy, and when I showed up to his house that day, I'll never forget this because I think about this all the time. I was doing this because my neck hurt, and I was like kind of doing this, and we were watching the movie. I was talking about it. I was like, yeah, I like hurt my neck or something, and this is like doing this. And he was like, oh, I thought you were just like walking with style.
Just like clean.
Yeah, Teddy, please let me know if you remember this conversation. It's funny that like those both happened together the same day. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, do you have any other symbols or themes, tropes?
No, I think that nailed it.
Just New York being a piece of shit.
Yeah, right. Just like from New York to LA, the coastal shitholes, right? I don't entirely believe that.
When we see the New York's finest cab service, we get to see some license plates that have when New York plates were mellow yellow with blue lighting.
Yep.
This is too exciting. Folks leave out the show feeling truly enlightening. They say the fellow been spinning enough lightning to shock the boogie down to Brighton. Aight then. Raid.
Wow, I don't know this one either.
Oh man, Raid is one of the best Doom songs.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, now I got it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I don't always get it with the Ugie delivery.
I thought it sounded familiar.
Yeah. They say the metal fellow's been spinning. Wait, what is it? Yeah, I already had it.
That's all right.
Say the metal fellow's been spinning. New York's plates was ghetto yellow with broke blue lighting. This is too exciting. Folks, leave out the folks
truly enlightened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I already said it, but yeah.
Shout out Sub Rock.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, shall we recast the past?
We shall.
So this is where we say who we would cast in this movie today if we could. I don't even remember what I wrote. So you want to go first?
I don't remember what I wrote, but yes. So what I did for mine was that I language swapped. So I put Keaton as Brad Pitt, but doing the Snatch Pikey accent. So it was equally as infuriatingly nonsensical.
But instead of Gabriel Byrne trying to do an American accent.
It's an American doing an English accent. McManus is Colin Farrell, so he's Irish. Finster is Sam Rockwell.
Nice.
just American.
I would actually really like to hear Sam Rockwell do that Finster.
Yeah. No. When I'm imagining this, they're speaking with the accent that I'm like. So Sam Rockwell's doing Americana, not doing
the Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Hockney is Vincent Castle, like with a French accent. Verbal is Christopher Waltz. So he's doing like an Austrian accent.
Oh, Vincent Castle.
Yeah. Dave Kuyan is Mad Mikkelsen doing Danish. And Kobayashi is Hiroyuki Sanada.
Is that the guy from...
No.
Hiroyuki... Yeah, okay. The guy from...
Shogun.
Yeah. And The Last Samurai.
Yeah. He's...
and Mortal Kombat.
Japanese guy in American movies.
Yes.
Dethroning Ken Watanabe.
Yeah.
So for my recast the past, I decided to try to make the title of the film more accurate. So you keep Verbal the same because he gets off scot-free.
Wait. Is it R. Kelly?
No. Close. I was just going to say, I don't care who you cast, but the other four need to be black if you want to title it The Usual Suspects.
God damn it. But yeah.
I'm not saying that that's how it should be. I'm just saying if the point is this lineup looks like The Usual Suspects, that's who the cops are rounding up.
Yeah, is this racist?
Let us know if that idea is racist. It probably is. I see you have a pitch perfect for us. So this is where one of us pitches a sequel for this film. And this would be a hard one to sequel, so I'm really curious what you have.
Well, while you were right, it would be a hard one to sequel. I did a prequel.
Oh.
An unusual suspect. Tagline, one man, one moment, one myth. Budapest, 1978. Frank Kaiser is a mid-level enforcer who believes loyalty is currency, until he discovers that his wife Marta was never who she claimed to be. Planted beside him for years earlier as an operative for rival Hungarian syndicate, she orchestrated every failed deal, every dead associate, every finger pointed at Kaiser. The children weren't his, the life was a cover. When the truth surfaces, quietly through a single document, Kaiser makes a choice. Deliberately, unhurried, he kills her, and the house burns. What else happened inside that night is told 5 different ways by 5 different witnesses, each account murkier than the last, but Marta, every version agrees. What follows is colder and more methodical than any revenge story. Over the next several years, Kaiser dismantles every power structure that touched his life, not in rage, but with the quiet patience of a man building something new on scorched earth. The Hungarians fall one by one, each thinking that they're dealing with somebody else entirely. He becomes, as one survivor puts it, a rumor that kills. By the time he boards a boat for New York, he has no family, no country, no name that means anything. Only a network, a reputation, and a mythology that is carefully constructed for him. As the title card closes the film, he arrived in the United States in 1981. No immigration records exist.
I like that. That's it. And like you said, you like where the bad guy wins.
Yeah.
So that
my thinking was this. So when I came up with this idea, I was just like, the part of the movie that is weird, that was like, that kind of ties him is, it was funny that you were talking about his wife. Well, what would be the reasoning? I wanted to give a reasoning for him killing his wife, and I'm pulling the American now. I was just like, okay, he can't just kill his wife and kids.
Yeah.
If we're going to do a prequel, we got to give a reason for it.
Right.
And the reasoning is pretty much is that she's in on it.
Yeah, she was betraying him.
But now he needs to cover up all of that. And in the sense of covering up and getting revenge for himself, he's just like, well, why don't I just wipe myself off the map as well?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I wrote it. I wasn't sure at first. I was just like, he was supposed to not kill himself, but like erase in the fire. But then that doesn't really make a ton of sense, because then how does a boogeyman exist? He has to kill everybody.
Yeah.
But like maybe he could. I don't know. Because Kaiser Soze doesn't really have an identity.
Yeah.
So it could go either way.
I would watch that. Who would you cast in the prequel?
Now that I'm on the spot, who would I cast for someone who could play a Hungarian?
Or at least play something that makes an accent close enough that Americans would believe. Cliff Curtis. Cliff Curtis can do anything. No.
I'm going Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, that's good.
That was a joke. Tom Holland.
I was trying to be supportive.
This is the white. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Peter Stormare.
I actually don't know. I would honestly Cliff Curtis, huh?
Peter Stormare.
Who's that?
He's just like a guy that Hollywood gets to play vaguely European.
He's the Russian guy from Bad Boys 2.
Yeah, he's the Russian guy from Bad Boys 2.
Oh, he would be a good guy.
I think he's a little too old to play like a young Kaiser, though, because like if it's set in 78, 27 years before The Usual Suspects, he needs to be pretty young. But that is good, because like he could do an accent that Americans would just be like, okay, I believe that's Hungarian. If you just talk like himself, you know.
Who's a Liverpoolian actor who was in Saltburn?
I haven't seen Saltburn. I guess let us know in the comments who you think could play a young Kaiser Soze.
Dominic Szoboszlai.
You're just making people up now.
No. Szoboszlai.
Liverpool player?
Yeah.
Okay. Deal.
Yeah.
Cast. Don't fuck it up, kid.
Yeah. I mean, if he can act the way that he can hold on to the ball, just hit dingers, hell yeah, bro. Big Dom.
Oogie found a way to throw Liverpool in here.
Hell yeah. And let's go Senegal.
I was going to ask Senegal.
Sadio Mane. Yeah, I'm just having fun right now. It's this second episode time, just like falling apart.
All right. Shall we do Better Off Dead?
Yeah.
I forgot that Edie died, so mine's ruined. I said just kill Edie so that the Hungarian dog can live for some reason. It doesn't need to make sense.
Kill Redfoot. I said Redfoot should have died. Don't feel good in a movie where Peter Green is evil but survives / isn't arrested.
Yeah, okay. And then
So we
the
can agree
Hungarian
on that
dog gets to
one.
live. That's all I
Yeah.
want. He's adopted by a nice family.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a watch while and you didn't. Do you want to like?
No, you can do
make
it. I
one
just
up?
don't have
Okay.
one.
So for
Okay.
watch while, I said watch this movie while planning your escape to Nicaragua after faking your death.
Nice. Yeah, I'm in on that one.
I'm just gonna call back to Nicaragua every time I can.
Yeah.
And then what movie would you double feature with this with? We call this Barbenheimer.
I did The Sixth Sense, just another unreliable narrator movie.
Yeah, with a nice twist.
Yeah.
I actually originally had the same Barbenheimer for both American Pie and this, and I realized it right before we started shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So I said not another teen movie because they reference this movie. Or no, that's Scary Movie, isn't it? Scary Movie is the one that references Kaiser Soze at the end. That's what I was thinking. When Doofy is like,
oh yeah,
at
then
the
he
end,
walks
and then like starts walking normally, and like
then
he's a cool guy.
Hella hot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So Scary Movie is my Barbenheimer because I never understood what they were going for with that until I saw this years later.
That's funny. I guess I didn't either.
Yeah.
I don't know that I recognize it. I didn't know what you were talking about. I was just agreeing when you were just like, yeah. But now I do know what you're talking about. Yeah,
he's improv. You don't say no. You just agree.
Yes, and.
Yes, and.
Yeah.
So yeah, I meant Scary Movie. My bad. My bad.
You're all good.
Drag me in the comments for my inaccuracy.
So that could take us to the end of the show, but
I
have something prepared for Kevin.
Of course he does.
So.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
I love you, man.
I love you too, Oogie.
That's it.
All right. Good shit. Let's close out on some good vibes. This has been a love-filled episode of the Black and White Cinema Podcast from the Creative Block in Seattle. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend and tell them you love them. We need more love in this world. We also need... What?
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. Love wins. Fuck Trump.
We also need sponsors.
We do need sponsors. Sponsors that support love, pride, all of those good things that build communities instead of tearing them down.
I can be gay for money.
If you want to see Oogie and I, there's a price for anything. Sponsors.
Exactly. It's lower than you think.
That's for the Patreon.
That's where we're gonna have to find out where our price meets in the middle. I think
I'll do it for free, chicken. It's the least I can do.
Did you do it for crack?
No.
Please leave us movie suggestions in the comments. Let us know what you think.
I seen him.
Please into this episode. Like, subscribe, comment, follow, all the things. You can connect with us however you want at allmylinks.com/kev-n-oogie. Unlike other users of All My Links, we do not have the scenes you're looking for yet. Pay us to do it. Thank you to the actual friends of the podcast, Mark, Maceo, Marky Boy Productions, The Creative Block, all of this. And Natasha for editing. Thank you for putting up with our shenanigans every single week. Megan and Alec for our logos, our Patreon members, Lisa, Eric, Philip, Brian, Ben, and John. And thank all of you for joining us today. We will see you next time. Revolution. Take care.
And like that, they were gone.